Welcome back. We are talking self-storage properties on the Commercial Real Estate Show. We're with Graham Hill, Scott Zucker, and James Hanrahan. And guys, one of the things that's important to any business operator and real estate operators, increasing revenues, right? So what are some tips for increasing revenues in these types of properties?
Well, one of the issues I know these guys will talk about is revenue management that we've seen come onto the industry, where you can control your pricing and therefore impact
your self-storage too.
Yeah,
I know it's in apartments and hotels, but
the hotel business is now like self-storage.
Wow.
So, but one of the issues that I know everyone's talking about is the use of tenant insurance or warranty programs as a revenue enhancement, ancillary revenue from the self-storage on top of rental. There's a lot of discussion in the industry about the pros and cons of having the tenant insurance or warranty programs. There's current litigation about protection plans or warranty programs out in California. The interesting thing is, as I mentioned, legislation matches self-storage movement, and we now have legislation where there's something called limited lines for self-storage tenant insurance. So tenants that come onto the properties that understand that they're assuming risk of their property being lost or damaged while it's in storage can insure it. And now they can go directly to the self-storage facility manager and get tenant insurance from them under a limited lines program, kind of like you'd get insurance for a cell phone or insurance for a rental car. You can get it right at the desk, and it protects their property, but it also does have a revenue enhancement aspect to the facility and increases the cap rates.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like I can't go buy a rock from somewhere and they don't ask me if I want the extended warranty on that, on that rock.
And you should get it.
Yeah.
Well, there's all the normal things that, depending on the circumstances of the location, you can add, Federal Express, UPS drop-off, mailbox, etc. type situation, other auxiliary things that people on their day-to-day round would find very convenient. So if you can enhance the convenience to your customer, that's always a good thing to do.
Yeah, on your point, Graham, we have a couple properties that have actual full U.S. postal offices inside the store. So we've become postal agents and are actually full USPS. And the nice part is we're open 7 days a week. The post office in many areas are shutting down on Saturdays. They're not open Sundays ever, and their hours are quite limited. So we're able to offer for some of the suburban and rural areas an option for the folks to have to drive all the way into town or work around their schedules. It's really convenient. But on to what Scott said at the start there about revenue management, for those who don't know, self-storage tenants are on month-to-month leases. And as such, we can alter their existing rent rate with 30 days written notice. So if we have an opportunity where a unit type or the whole project is so highly occupied, we don't have any space availability, the easiest way to create space is to raise rent. So if you want to drop a couple points and be able to then rent new units at a higher rate, we can affect literally within 30 to 45 days. And this is mainly what my group does when we take over a ma and pa project, so to speak. We know we can compete head-to-head against the REITs and some of the higher-end players, and we go and we pull those projects closer to street rates, turn on great marketing, put on things like tenant insurance, and then have a system that constantly monitors where our occupancy levels are and where our competitor rates are so that we can maximize $1 per square foot. It's something that the less sophisticated operators in our area don't do, and I think Scott, you had a statistic. It was like 55% of our industry is onesie, twosie owners.
Small operators, absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, it's only 12% are controlled by the REITs of the entire market. Another 30-odd% are controlled by operators that.
10 to 30, like
10 to 30 top operators in that range that have another 200 properties or so. Yeah.
And the mom and pops do have an advantage in a lot of ways in that they can really become part of the community. I mean, I have several folks that I know that have like a community meeting room. They really get involved and become an integral part of the community. So it's
it does seem like a great sector for improved management to create opportunities. So where are opportunities for investors these days, either in development or buying existing properties? Where can we make some money? Graham, you want to start us out with that?
Wow.
If we only had the answer to all those
Yeah.
questions.
Call me and buy property.
Buy low, sell high.
Yeah, buy low, sell high. Yeah. Well, obviously, you got to get in the game to be in it, to win it. So it's there's lots of opportunities. It depends on where you are and at what point, whether you want to buy an existing business where you want to be 100% involved or partially involved, whether you want to get in with a group of other people that already have several properties and want to expand. So there's many different ways for you to become involved. But I think self-storage is wonderful.
I'll tell you, in terms of square footage, and you guys have seen the numbers, I think the national average is 7 square feet per person for self-storage. And the households that are using self-storage is 1 out of 10. So you've got 10% using self-storage. So if you think about opportunity, not that everyone's going to use self-storage, you have another 90% of potential use of self-storage, and certainly square footage could grow for operator use. So there's a lot of opportunity, including the fact that the majority of facilities in the country, the upwards of 50,000 facilities, are located in about 10 states. So if you are in another area of the country and you're interested and you see this need for household or business storage, then you can have a facility in Fargo, North Carolina. I'm sure there's a market there.
I mean, I'll have customers or clients say to me, well, it's too much competition. Well, that competition's full, so it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant that the fact that they're there. That means it's a good sign. Like in Atlanta, there's 600, in the Atlanta MSA, there's 680 storage facilities.
Wow.
There's 33 in the pipeline to be built this year. Now, there's 94,000 people projected to come to Atlanta, so that's just going to be absorbed within less than 3 years. So it's like, depending on what happens in 17 and 18,
We got to
just
store
keep on
stuff
going.
somewhere. Well, stay tuned. We're going to have some tips for acquisitions. We'll be right back. The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by Bull Realty, Asset and Occupancy Solutions, Xceligent, building data everywhere, CCIM Institute, the industry's global standard for professional achievement, Valuate, easily share what-if analysis with colleagues online, and First Service Solutions, your CMBS borrower advocate. For more information on how these businesses may be of service to you, visit CREshow.com.